execute a Asian Book of Record attempt. IEI Tamil Nadu State Center TECHNO CARNIVAL tagged as a one theme of 100 hours, 100 topics, and 100 speakers, connecting to 100 organizations. This program happening over a period of 6 months to this year, 2020-22. The theme of the centenary celebration is sustainable developments of the nation, the role of engineers. The principles to achieve sustainable development for living within the environmental goals, ensuring a strong, healthy, and just society, promoting good governance, achieving a sustainable economy, and using sound science responsibility. Today, we Tanjavur Local Center joined hands with the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management, Tanjavur. There are 4 eminent professors going to give a good talk in food processing field under our centenary celebration theme. I hope this lecture will be very useful to our IEI members and the nation. I welcome and congratulate the speakers, today's speakers. Jai Hind. I invite Secretary Sir to introduce today's speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Tanjavur Local Center by TJLC Sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as part of this 100 hours celebrations, so today the NIPTAM Tanjavur has taken up the as a corporate member, institutional member of this Tanjavur Local Center, and we have taken up the theme, sub-theme, food processing technologies for sustainable development. So food processing technology is very one of the important sustainable technologies for the development of the nation. So as part of this celebration, 100 hours TECHNO CARNIVAL. So today NIPTAM, we are having 4 speakers today. And before introducing the speaker, as the audience, I want to say a few words about the institute. National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management, NIPTAM Tanjavur, is an institute of national importance under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India, and it is located in Tanjavur. So it is a gift to the city of Tanjavur, which is the cradle of South India for the granary. So it's a correct location to have this type of institute of national importance to cater to the farmers, food process and people. So coming to the technology today, first we have with us Dr. S. ANANDAKUMAR. He is the faculty and head of the department of the food packaging and system development of NIPTAM Tanjavur. He obtained his degree in Food and Agriculture Process Engineering from Agriculture Engineering College and Research Institute, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore, in 2007. Dr. ANANDAKUMAR has served as an assistant professor in the Department of Marine Biotechnology, College of Marine Science and Technology, State of Eritrea. It is Northeast Africa for 3 years before joining NIPTAM Tanjavur. He is a passionate teacher and meticulous researcher, and he teaches different courses like for undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD programs in our institute. And he has developed various food processing equipments and technologies like continuous type, counter current foam mat dryer, solar hybrid dryer, rotary fruits and vegetable washer, and the solar desalination system, ozone fumigation system, pulse electric field system, coconut wood plate, bioplastic pouches, etc. And is heading the food packaging department, and he is doing a lot of consulting as well as research in the area of food packaging. And he has come up with a lot of useful technologies to the community, and the lot of industries are approaching him to get this an institute for getting the technologies developed in our institute from the packaging department. And he has published more than 45 papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, and also participated in national and many international conferences. And also, to his credit, he has already guided 30 undergraduate students of BTech and 12 MTech students and 3 PhD students. And he's a passionate teacher, as I told. So we are also very eager to hear his lecture on recent advances in packaging, technology and design. With these few words, I welcome Dr. ANANDAKUMAR to have this lecture. Thank you, Anand.
Yes, sir.
Anand, Mike?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes.
My slides are visible.
Yes, Anand, your slides
Yes,
are
and I
visible.
am audible.
You are audible and you can
Yes.
make the presentation mode. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Venkatachalapati sir, for the nice introduction. And I take this opportunity to thank this Tamil Nadu State Center, the Institution of Engineers Tanjavur chapter, the present president and past chairman, Sumati ma'am, Jayakumar sir, and secretary sir. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. So my today lecture, recent advances in packaging technology and design. So mainly the topic what I'm going to cover. So I want to take what all the recent technologies we are using in particularly in the food packaging applications. Apart from that, how the packaging machines are designed in the industries relevant to the food items. Okay, so the synchronizing of the packaging material with the particular food items is very, very important. So that will fulfill or satisfy the customer requirement. Another thing, our food items which will be spoiled very quickly. So selecting the proper packaging material which will support you, particularly the extension of the shelf life. So some engineering aspect and technologies we will cover in this lecture. So when we say the packaging, it's a kind of operation. So when we take any valuable materials, either it can be a food items or it can be any finished food items, finished products, either it can be a textile material or automobile material, whatever it may be. The valuable product which can be covered with some physical material, either it can be a plastic or glass bottle, paper or wooden boxes, even gunny bag, whatever it may be. The valuable material can be covered with some physical material to do some functions. Either it can be a containment, protection, communications, and the utility of the performance. So that actions which will be called as a packaging. Now, if you see any country, either it can be a developed country or developing countries, the packaging industry, it will come either the 4th or 5th place in the GDP. Because whenever you select any product in the market, whenever you buy any product in the market, so it will be packed with the properly and with the suitable packaging material. Maybe some 20 years before or 30 years before, when you want to buy any material in the market, particularly if you take any grocery items or food items, in those days the people they will carry the wire bag, that nylon bag, or they will carry some bamboo baskets. Even in the shop, even if you buy any material, they will cover it with the newspaper and they'll give. But now it is the system, it is not like that. So whenever you buy any material, according to the consumer demand, the packets are available. Even you can buy the shampoo bottle, 1 liter bottle, and the shampoo packet, 1 rupee packet also it is available. Similarly, if you take any food items, the fruit juices, or if you take that carbonated beverages, whatever it may be, it is available from 2.5 liter, 1 liter, 300 ml. So according to the consumer need or the demand, there are different sizes, containments are available. Another thing, our food items, particularly if you take, it can be easily affected by many environmental factors, human factors. So we have to be very much care to be taken to preserve the food items. In such a case, there are a lot of packaging materials are there. Even when we say the packaging material, what we are using in the food items, it should have the food grade standards. Okay, there should be a particular additives to be added, particular printing inks, it has to be used in the label preparations. Otherwise, any filler material, what are all the things you are adding for the production of that plastics or tin or glass material. So when we say food grade packaging material, there is some BIS standards are there, FSSAI regulations are there. Based on that, we are developing many packaging materials. And if you see the era of the development of the packaging, starting from the Stone Age to the current the trending, what we are using, that bioplastics. So what are the source we have abundantly in our nature? So what are the things we invented in our nature? So those material elements are used in the packaging applications. And as you know, each element, it has the unique properties. So based on that, we are using different kinds of packaging material for different applications. Now, current trend, if you see, what all the material you are inventing or what all the material you are using for any packing applications, the people, they will focus on, it should be environmentally friendly and it should have a biodegradation process. Because many countries, even if you go for exporting, if some of the countries, if you say, if it is the food items are packed with the plastic packaging material, they will not accept your food items. And they recommend some of the packaging material which will be environmental friendly. In such a case, if you pack it, they will accept it. So there are many research and developments and many innovations are taking place, particularly in the packaging area. Another thing, if you see, our nature is a very good the packaging system. So this is the example you can see. The groundnut, if you take, it has the fibrous structure. If you take any citrus fruit, it has the antimicrobial component, that limonene in a citrus peel. It has some wax material lipids. Even if you take the wheat, the bran, it has the lipid layer and the fibers. So the cellulose material that will protect all your food grains. It is the nature as a very good packaging system. Even when we born, when we are in the pregnant stage, so we are in the sac, the bag, which will be a polymer structures, that amino Korean structure. So that will protect us from different types of diseases. So the nature will be the good example of the packaging. Even if you see, without the packaging, you can't commercialize, you can't sell your product in the market. So the packaging is very, very important. When we say the food packaging applications, how much amount of the importance you are giving for developing any product, similar kinds, the importance to be given for the proper packaging material. So that is very, very important. So when we say the packaging types, so we are having different kinds of packaging, the scale up when we say, otherwise that usage or utility. So when we say the primary packaging, either the food items or your valuable commodity, which will have direct contact with the packaging material. For example, if you take this, the Coca-Cola, the beverages, it is directly contact with the packaging material. Fruits and vegetables, okay, any snacks food items, it has the direct contact with the packaging material. So whenever you select the direct contact of the food items with the packaging material, you should be very much care, because you have to select the food grade packaging material for packing applications. Because some of the packaging material will have some migration characteristics, some chemical component which will leach out, some metal component which will comes out in the adverse condition. So in such a case, you have to select a recommended packaging material for the food packing applications. You can see the blister packaging for the pharmaceutical products, okay, vacuum packaging. So these are all the things, direct contact. When we say secondary packaging material, mainly for handling and transportation, either it can be a corrugated fiberboard boxes or wooden boxes or plastic crates. Okay, for handling purpose, we will use it. That is called a secondary packaging. And the transit packaging, okay, for the bulk packaging or country to country, if you want to transport the goods or one state to another state. So that time, if you see the design of the packaging material, okay, the size of the packaging materials are very big. And whenever we go for the bigger size of the design of the packaging material, for example, if you want to export, then the APIDA, that Agriculture Protection Export Authority, they have some standards for the bigger size of containers. What will be the size of containers for ship, if you want to transport through the ship or through the air cargo? So there is a container designs are there. So that has to be followed. In general, when we take particularly the food items, the major packaging materials which will be used are the glass bottles, plastics, metal containers, and the carton boxes. Each packaging material, as I told you, it has the unique features. For example, if you take the glass bottles, it is environmentally friendly, and you can go for n number of times recycling. You can break the glass bottle again, you can develop a new glass bottle again, you can use it. So like that, many times you can go for recycling. But the only disadvantage, if you see the empty weight of the glass container, it is very high, and it will be easily fragile. Okay, very easily it will break down if it is mishandling is taking place. And another thing, if you see the plastics, what are the plastics we are producing in our country? In that 40 to 45%, 40 to 45% of the plastics which is used in the food applications. Whenever you enter any supermarket, you select any food items, it is packed with some plastic material. At least the inner layer or liner material will be a plastics. So in such a case, the only advantage, it is less in weight, cost is very less. You can make any shapes. It has the thermoforming or thermosetting process. So you can make any number of shapes, and it can be also recyclable, but it has the limitation. For example, some of the plastics, if you take that PET bottles or HDP, high density polyethylene, so you can go for recycling 4 to 6 times. Okay, again, it can't be used for recycling purpose because it is totally, it will lose the characteristics. So it can be produced like the original HDP or PET bottle. It has some limitations. And apart from that, metal containers, aluminum cans, tin-free steel cans. So these are all the things we are using it. Particularly if you see that the edible oils, okay, or the Haldiram's Rasagulla, ready to eat, ready to cook products, all are packed in metal containers. Then corrugated fiberboard, paper-based material. If you take in the globe, okay, 60% of the packaging material what we are using in different applications, it is only paper. So this paper also, we have this virgin paper or recycled paper. So these are all the major packaging material. Sometimes a combination of metal with cartons, plastic with the glass bottle, so they are laminated pouches, okay, like a composite materials are also used in the packing applications. So this example, just I want to tell you, for example, if you take a single product, mango juice is a single product, but you can see in the market with a different packaging material. It is coming in a Tetra Pack, it is coming in a PET bottle, it is available in glass bottle, it is available in metal containers also. So these are all the different sizes and different kinds of packaging materials are used in the particularly for the fruit juices. Considering the consumer demand, considering the size of the packaging, and also the cost of the packaging material. Okay, so based on that, there are many the size and the types of packaging materials are used. For example, if you take these PET bottles or this Tetra Pack, which will comes under ready to serve. Okay, for example, if you conduct any party or if you conduct any functions, so to serve to the guest or to serve to the peoples, so it is available in 1 liter or 2 liter size, the Tetra Pack or plastic containers are there. But this type of boxes, ready to drink, okay, glass bottles or tin containers, 10 rupees Tetra Packs are there. Okay, these are all the things ready to drink. So you can drink it and you can return the bottles, or you can throw it and it can be easily recyclable, collected and recyclable. So in such a case, the size and the prices and the consumer demand, we are making different designs and shapes of the packaging. So we will very quickly we'll see the different kinds of packaging material. One is that the plastic material. The plastic materials, we have flexible packaging films, and another one is the rigid packaging material. So the flexible packaging material, either the plastic films or the pouches, it can be produced in the by the industry, either by axial blown method, otherwise by casting method. The plastic films are produced in the industry. So according to our size, by using the sizing machine, it can be made into different sizes. For example, half kg, 1 kg packet, or 100 gram. Even it is available 10 gram of pouches sizes also available. Sometimes when we want to increase the life of the fresh fruits and vegetables commodity, the packaging film should have a micro perforation, small holes should be there. So that can be developed by laser beam technology. So in the plastic films, they will apply the laser technology for making small holes in the packaging material. So that makes the proper respiration. That will allow some particular gases to permeate, so that your product can be in a fresh state for longer period. Apart from that, you can see that Ziploc covers are available for reusable or repacking. The cling wrappings are there for covering individual product. So these are all the techniques are available for packing up the grocery items, food items, or the fresh fruits and vegetables in the market. You can see the flexible packaging material with a combination of other plastic materials. So you can see in the market that laminated pouches, otherwise you can see such the stand-up pouches in the market. Okay, so this type of material, if you see, either one or two monolayer materials can be meshed together, and that can form high barrier materials. Okay, so for example, if you take this type of pouches for packing of the basmati rice, for packing of the millets, and if you take some of that the candies and what we can say the fried items, so those things are in a dry condition, it can absorb the moisture very quickly. So by the absorption of the moisture, it can deteriorate very faster. So in such a case, to avoid that, this type of laminated pouches are developed in the industry. You can see the pasta products are packed in the stand-up pouches. So one side it has the aluminum, and another side it has the see-through windows. So you can see the product, and as well as you can protect the quality of the products during the storage period. And apart from that, you can see different the size and shapes are available. Okay, even if you buy the razor, okay, that is saving kits. So the toothpaste, the brush, the paste, whatever it may be, it is available in different. The continuous pouches are there. Stick bags are there, triangular pouches are for the juices they are using it. Even if you see this stand-up, the double liner pouches, some pharmaceutical material, when you buy in one packet, the powder will be there, in another packet, the distilled water will be the sterile water. Okay, so like that, the packaging will support the consumers according to the need base. Another thing, you can see the rigid packaging material. You can see the yogurt cup. You can see any that Puna type of containers, thermoformed containers. You can see the blister packaging. Okay, so this type of containers are formed by thermoforming method, either by plug assist method or vacuum trapping method. So this type of setup which will be used for extending the product shelf life. For example, the PP cups, what you are buying a yogurt cup in the market, it is developed by the polypropylene plastic material. And on the top, you can see that aluminum layer with the PP layer covered, the lid will be there. So that will have a proper sealing properties, and your product can be stored in refrigerated condition. So the packaging material that will withstand the particular environment, that low temperature storage. So in such a case, this packaging material not only protecting your food items, according to the consumer need, you can make different sizes also. And here you can see the blister packaging techniques, particularly the high value commodities, these apples or apricot, or even you can see that capsicum. So this type of commodity, it can be easily damaged during the transport by mechanical vibrations. So to avoid these things, this type of blister packaging techniques are used to protect the food items from different mechanical vibrations or impact forces. So here when we say the plastics, there are many number of plastics are there, but particularly with the food items, we are mainly using 7 kinds of plastic materials. That first one is polyethylene terephthalate. So this polyethylene terephthalate mainly the carbonated beverages, mainly which will be packed in PET bottles, because it has a very good the sealing properties, as well as it has a very good puncture resistance, and apart from that, it has a very good barrier for that carbon dioxide gases, because your beverages which will be added with the carbon dioxide. So so during the storage period, you have to retain the carbon dioxide. So in such a case, this PET bottle will be the recommended packaging material for particularly these carbonated beverages. Even sometimes if you see this PET polyethylene terephthalate material, in the film form, it can be developed. And particularly if you want to pack the fried items, otherwise where you want to avoid the oxygen to be enter into the packaging material, in such a case also you can use this polyethylene terephthalate. So you can see whenever you buy this PET bottle, under the bottom you can see number 1. So whenever you see the number 1, it is, you remember that it is polyethylene terephthalate. Okay. Second thing, you can see high density polyethylene. So mainly that milk bottles, what we are buying in the local market, 1 liter milk bottle. So it is developed by high density polyethylene. Majority of the liquid items, okay, even if you see any detergents, okay, if you want to pack it, it is packed in HDP, high density polyethylene packets. So normally this monomer ethylene, when it undergoes the polymerization process, you can develop this polyethylene material. And this polyethylene material, it has a very good barrier for moisture. So what will happen, any liquid item, when you pack it in high density polyethylene, it will not evaporate, because this barrier property for high density polyethylene is very high. Apart from that, there are any the juices or flavored milk or whatever it may be, so that also you can pack it with the high density polyethylene. So that is recommended. Another thing you can see, number 3, it is polyvinyl chloride. So this polyvinyl chloride, you can see the PVC pipes, okay, PVC pipe. So similarly, this PVC plastic materials are used in food applications also. So normally, if you see that that carbon nitrogen structures, that chlorine will be added into it. When we add this chlorine into the chemical structures, so that will increase the molecular weight of the structures. Because of that, that will improve the barrier properties also. Mainly, it has that excellent clarity, puncture resistance. Even you can see for making the cling wrapping pouches, otherwise you can see the heterogeneous food items which has the more moisture. So if you want to preserve those food items, this PVC trays or cups will be used. Even what you are purchasing the mushroom in the market, okay, you can see this blue color plastic crates. So that is made by the polyvinyl chloride. This also will have higher moisture barrier. So any fresh commodity can be packed with the PVC material. Then low density polyethylene. So we have, before that, number 2, we have seen high density. This is low density polyethylene. So the density difference will be the major factor. So when we say low density, it has 900 to 925 kg per meter cube. So that is the low density. Above 940, we will say it is a high density polyethylene. So this type of low density polyethylene materials are used for packing of your bread or bakery products. Even if you see some of the paper cups, okay, inside if you see the liner, plastic liner will be there. So it is made by the LDP. Even if you take any metal containers or laminated pouches or multi-layer material, so inner layer material will be low density polyethylene, because it has a very good sealing properties. Even if you see our milk packet, 10 rupees milk packet, what we are purchasing in the market, it is made by low density polyethylene, otherwise LDP combined with the LLDP, linear low density polyethylene. So this is the material. You can see when you buy tomorrow milk packet, you can see it is printed number 4. So this number, I will tell you why it is printed on this particular packaging. Another thing, you can see polypropylene. Okay, so this polypropylene, as I told you, that yogurt or food service purposes or any grocery items. If you buy, for example, rice, or if you buy any dal in the supermarket, so it is packed in PP cover, because this PP cover will have more transparency when compared to what we can say this LDP or HDP. So in such a case, it is highly used in the grocery items. And apart from that, it can withstand the refrigerator's temperature, because some of the packaging material, when you store it at low temperature, that will change its characteristics. Either it will become brittle or it will become rigid, but this PP cover, it can be withstanding lower temperature also. So in such a case, that PP covers are used in the food packing applications. So it has number 5. And the number 6 is polystyrene. Okay, so this polystyrene, the thermocol what you are using, okay, the insulation boxes, okay, it is made by the polystyrene, and it is available like the tea cups, polystyrene cups, okay, thermoformed cups are there. So it has low thermal conductivity when you buy and when you serve any cool drinks or hot drinks, so you will not feel any temperature on your hands. It has the low thermal conductivity. And when we say this polystyrene material, when we make such a net bags, okay, expanded polystyrene material, so that can be used as a cushioning material for high value commodity, particularly the exported mangoes and apples are covered with this type of individual wrappers. So that will give the cushioning effect to avoid mechanical damages during the transport. And the number 7, it is a multi-layer material. Either it can be a polycarbonate or a bioplastic or polylactic material, okay, or combination of any 2 monomers, PP with LDP, like that. Any monomers are joined together to support the particular food items for in terms of extending the life or improving the barrier properties. Whenever we make such a multi monomer material can be combined together, make it as a single film. So that can be called as a multi-layer material. Otherwise, it can be given a number 7. So you can understand that it is 1 or more monomers are joined together. So these 1 to 7 packaging materials are mainly used in the food applications. So here this polycarbonate, as I told you, so this polycarbonate will have thermoforming characteristics, and also it has the stability when we store at frozen conditions. For example, the ice creams, normally we will keep at minus 40 degree or minus 23 or 25 degrees centigrade. So under this case, some plastics will not stand at lower temperature. So those products, okay, so it can be packed in a polycarbonate material. And another thing, nylon, polyamide, it is also used in the vacuum packaging. So wherever you want to go for air removal packaging or shrink packaging, so there they will use this nylon material. It is a commercial term, but polyamide will be the chemical term. So these are all the major packaging materials are used in the plastics materials are used in the packing applications. Here you can see in the market, okay, the designs, how they are making such a convenient packing materials. Okay, for example, here you can see some of the coffees. Okay, it is 100 ml. It is available in the bamboo sticks. Okay, in the bamboo stick form, the PET containers, polyethylene terephthalates, it is available. Even you can see this, what we can say, the drinking water. Okay, so it is available along with the handles. Okay, so you no need to worry about the slippery and other things. So these aesthetic designs are there. Even you can see the mouthwash. Okay, when you buy here, you can have that the non-return valve as well as that metering device. So if you turn one time, so otherwise one press, if you press particular based on the metering device, some 10 ml or 20 ml only which will comes from the bottom. So for one serve, they can design it. Okay, for example, at 10 ml or 20 ml. So these are all the things to satisfy the need of the consumers. There are many designs are available. So these are all some of the examples it is available, which you know are which is recently used in the food packing applications. So this number, as I told you, that 1 to 7. So whenever you use the plastics, after usage, when you throw the material, so some people, they will collect it, either that the municipal government peoples or the peoples, okay, for collecting the waste plastic material, they will collect it. So this plastic material, again, it will come to the recycling plant. So when it comes to the recycling plant, according to the numbers, they will segregate it, because that polyethylene, terephthalate, HDP, LDP, or PP, or PVC, whatever it may be, when you take any plastics, so each plastics, it has the melting point, it has the glass transition temperature, it has the flow behavior characteristics. So accordingly, we have to first segregate the collected plastics, then it can be recycled for further usages. So for that purpose only, the numbers are given in the packing materials. So whenever you buy any packing material, you can see in a triangle symbol, that number will be there. So you can easily understand the concept. So when we come to the technology, some of the technologies by using this plastic film. So one is, you can see this vacuum packaging. Okay. So normally these food items will be easily affected by the atmospheric gases, what we have, this oxygen mainly. So we have to remove the air from the packet. So for that, they are using this vacuum packaging. For example, here you can see that banana will be vacuum packed. After vacuum packaging, if you store at 12 degree, okay, it can be stay for 3 months without ripening. Okay, and if you see that cauliflower, the dried coconut, tomatoes, mango pulp, some of the mango, the fresh mango, the peel will be removed, and only the pulp, which will be individually vacuum packed, and it is sent to the export market. So like that, the nuts are there. Even if you see that red chili, when you buy 1 kg of red chili, it will occupy larger volume. But same 1 kg of red chili, when you do vacuum packaging, almost 60 to 70% of the volume which will be decreased, okay, or which will be reduced. So in such a case, the transportation cost or the packet size, which will be minimized, so that will always, which will save your transportation cost also. So these type of techniques are available, which is called vacuum packaging. Another thing, you can see that modified atmosphere packaging. Whenever you create the environment, or whenever you change the gas composition around the food commodity, that is called modified atmosphere packaging. Normally in our atmosphere, we have 21% of oxygen, 78% of nitrogen, 0.03% of carbon dioxide. Whenever you change this composition, it is called a modified atmosphere packaging. For example, when you buy chicken in the market, that is Sukuna chicken or any chicken product, now it is vacuum packed condition. The available air is limited. If you buy kurkure or Lay's packet, inside nitrogen gas is flushed. If you buy basmati rice, carbon dioxide gas is flushed. Okay, if you buy fruits and vegetables, some absorbers, some emitters which will be placed. So these are all the things, it can be which can alter the gas composition only to support the extension of the life, only to support, minimize the microbial growth. For that purpose, otherwise to minimize the biochemical reactions. Okay, for that purpose, this modified atmosphere packaging machines are used. Another thing, you can see this blister packaging. Okay, what are the pharmaceutical product? Okay, the tablet, paracetamol tablet, any anacin tablet. Whenever you buy, it is in a particular the tablet strips are there. So that packing techniques, which will be called blister packaging technology. Okay, so here you see this coconut. When you break the coconut, it can stay in the refrigerated condition for 5 days or 7 days. Then it will be dried, or the microbial film will be formed. It is not in the usage. So here the blister packaging technology, it is used for food application also. So the fresh coconuts are made into small cubes like a tablet, and it is packed in PVC blister packaging material by using the sealing machine. And this packet, it can be stored in refrigerator for 3 weeks period. So whenever you want to prepare any food items, so you can take like a tablet, 3 or 4 pieces of coconut, you can prepare it. So this is the design or the concept, which is how we can say, according to our food items or need of the consumers. So these are all the opportunities, or you can develop different kinds of shapes of the packaging material. So one is blister packaging technology. Another thing you can see is shrink packaging. Okay, So when you go to the airport, when you give your suitcase, they will pack properly to avoid from the rain or the water. So in such a case that the stretch packaging will be used. So when you give suitcase, one film will roll your suitcase, so you can protect your suitcase from the environmental factor. Similarly, here you can see shrink packaging. For example, when you make any primary packed food item, juice or metal cans, so when you want to make it in a compact manner with some quantification, for example, 25 or 10 or 12 packets. So you can't use sometimes corrugated boxes or wooden boxes or plastic crate because the cost will be higher. So in such a case, this type of shrink packagings are used. Even you can see this Kinley or Aquafina bottle, some 24 bottle or 25 bottles, 1 liter bottle, which will be covered with the shrink wrapping material. So these plastic materials are either polyethylene, polypropylene, or copolymer of ethylene vinyl acetate. So these type of materials are used. So this is the equipment for making the shrink wrapping. Apart from that, we have this hermetic packaging. So this hermetic packaging, for examples, even when you buy any materials, okay, this rice or dal, when you store it at your home, after sometimes you can see the insects which can crawl in the food items. So the only thing is it has the nutrition, it has the moisture, it has the air. So automatically the insects automatically it can crawl and it can stay in your food grains. So to avoid this type of insects, nowadays these hermetic bags are coming in the market. So one of the example I will tell you, this EVOH bag. So this Curare company, they have developed this ethylene vinyl alcohol bag. So it is available either in the form of a monolayer, otherwise in the composite form, otherwise in the laminated, for example, gunny bag with EVOH cover. So the advantages of this cover is through this EVOH, the oxygen molecules, they cannot enter. Okay, so the polymer structure will be very compact, so which will not allow the oxygen molecules to enter through this polymer film. So what will happen? Even your product will have some insights. So the insights will survive for sometimes until that available oxygens are present in the packaging material. Once there is an absence in the oxygen in the packaging material, so automatically what will happen? The insects will die. So these type of packaging materials nowadays, many food companies, they are using it for protecting the food grains or protecting the finished product from the insects damage without adding any chemicals or preservatives. So only the packaging material that can support. You can see the same thing, it is available with the PP cover, PP woven bag with the liner material of EVOH. Okay, like a silo bags, 200 kg or 150 kg bags are available in the market. Another area you can see that wax coating. Okay, it is also comes under the packaging material. So whenever you buy any fruits and vegetables, okay, for example, individual commodity, you can't pack it, which means the packaging material requirement will be higher. So to avoid the packaging requirement and to our agriculture commodity or heterogeneous material, but we want to pack it. Okay, so in such a case, this wax coating or edible coatings are used in the market. So this edible coating material, for example, this bio-based material, CARNIVAL wax, honeybee wax. Okay, so these things are used particularly in the fruits and vegetable packing applications. And here in Niftam Tanjavur also, we have developed this continuous wax coating machines, particularly for the fruits and vegetables. And this is only based on the biopolymer material, biopolymer and biolipids. So this material, it can be coated over the fruits and vegetables. What is the materials we are getting in the market? That apple and orange, you can see it can be in a very shiny and it has the wax material. So normally the fruits and vegetables, they will use this paraffin wax. So the recommendation, whenever you consume this type of waxed material, either you peel out or else you dip it in hot water, then you can consume it. Another thing you can see, active packaging. So this active packaging, whenever we want to extend the life of the commodity, inside the packaging material, we will add some absorbers or emitters inside the packaging material to make the environment which is free from microbes, which has a particular gas composition. For that purpose, we will add some of the absorbers or emitters into the packaging material. So that will be called active packaging. For example, if you see in abroad, whenever you buy the bread packet inside, some ethanol emitters will be there. So these ethanol emitters, that makes the environment which is free from microorganisms. There are some of the food items when you buy even in the Chennai or Bangalore. So when you buy banana or tomatoes, you can see this type of small packet. It is called the ethylene absorber, because when the banana ripen, it will produce the ethylene gas. So this ethylene gas is a plant hormone gas which will ripen other commodity very quickly. Okay. So in such a case, what is the ethylene gas which is coming out? It has to be absorbed. So this ethylene absorber is there. Even in Nipton Tanjavur, we developed the technology in our rice mill. So what is the husk, that black ash, it is wasted. So that we converted into ethylene absorber. Okay, so like that, waste to wealth technology. Okay, any biomass material, if you feel it is waste, so if it is having any demand, or when we want to convert any valuable product, that is also possible. So there are many R&D. It is possible from waste to wealth also, particularly in the packaging line also. There are many technologies are available for converting waste to wealth. Another thing you can see, this corrugated fiberboard boxes. Normally you can see this potato will have the sprouting characteristics, but we want to, during the transport, okay, when we want to export, so that the shipment period, it will take 10 days or 15 days. So sometimes when we export, and the imported countries, when they open, they can see inside that either that onion or potato, you can see that sprouted things. So we want to control that sprouting by this, what we can say, active packaging method. So here what we made it in the corrugated boxes. Okay, so we coated that the anti-sprouting material, so that makes the environment which will not allow that plant hormone grow in a particular environment condition. So in such a condition, what will happen? You can control the sprouting. So whenever you sell the product in the market, it will not be avoidable. So it will be accepted by the imported country also. So in such a case, this type of technology also nowadays it is coming. It is called the edible coating, or what we can say, coating in the corrugated boxes. So that is available. Another thing you can see that active packaging, it is called self-heating and self-cooling packages. Okay. So after buying any food items, you no need to heat it, or you no need to cool it, because the active packaging system itself will have that cooling and heating effect. For example, if you take that self-heating cans, so here you can see that a double wall container. So here inside the container, they will have this calcium oxide powder. So this calcium oxide powder, when you add 1 or 2 drops of water, so it is an exothermic reaction. So this calcium oxide, when it reacts with the water, it will produce some 374 kilocalorie of heat energy. So that heat energy will be used for warming your food items. So you no need to separately warm it. So you can open the packet, you add 1 or 2 drops of water. So automatically you wait for 1 or 2 minutes. So you can get the warmed product. Same technology, they are using it for boiling the egg also. Okay, you no need to boil the egg. Okay, so this strip, if you add 1 or 2 drops of water and wait for some 3 to 5 minutes, so your egg will be boiled. Okay, so this type of self-heating technologies are coming in the market, and a similar way, this self-cooling cans are there. Okay, instead of calcium oxide, they'll use this propylene glycol, and when we add water, again it will lower the temperature. So here also, when compared to atmospheric temperature, for example, 30 degree, 10 to 15 degree differences you can get such as self-heating and self-cooling cans. Next packing material what we are using is a paper. So this paper mainly you can see that craft paper or virgin paper. So the specialized paper for food application, you can see either it can be waxed paper, parchment paper, or greaseproof paper. So these are the paper either which will go some chemical treatment, or which will go many mechanical beating system, so that the fiber orientation will be tightly packed, so that any migration will not be, the diffusion will not be taking place. Otherwise they will apply some waxes. This type of papers particularly used in the milk, butter, cheese, okay, or any snacks food items to avoid that oil migration. So this type of papers can be used. Normally the paper what we are using it for the food items, it is a virgin paper. It is produced from the wood pulp. Sometimes the recycled paper, the waste paper, it can be taken to the industry, recycled, they can make such a corrugated boxes. Okay, so this type of the high density pulp paper based material can be used for corrugated boxes or any other non-engineering, non-food items for packing this type of single flute or double flute corrugated boxes are used. So only advantages, it is environmental friendly, and that is also you can go for a number of times that recycling process. You can see the fruits and vegetables export purpose. Okay, how it is packed. This Alfonso, totapuri, mangoes, or banana. Okay, even tomatoes, berry fruits. Okay, so that also will have some designs. Okay, so even if you see some Apida website, they given if you want to export a mango to particular country, USA or Canada, they given a what will be the box dimension, what is the number of holes, perforation, all these things it has been given. And another thing, that the same paper material nowadays it is available in composite form. So here it is a different materials. Paper will be there, metal lid will be there, plastic. So like that, a combination of different packaging materials can be used for serving any purpose of this type of snacks food items. Okay, otherwise if you take that dried coconuts, or even if you see the wheat flour or the rava, okay, this type of things in a foreign, you can see such a composite material. For example, 5 kg or 10 kg, the bags are available. Okay, so here it has that paper outer layer for printing purpose, and inner layer will have that LDP liner. Okay, so this type of stand-up bags are available to minimize the plastic usage in our environment. Another thing, bag in box method. Okay, so same composite. When you buy Horlicks or Boost or Bonvita, any food items, inside you can see this type of aluminum layer. Okay, laminated pouches. Then outside which will be corrugated boxes. So this you can't keep it on the shelves, but this packet, when you put it the boxes, that you can keep it in the shelves, and you can make very good printing attractions also that can be attract majority of the consumers. Another packaging material, it is a metal containers. So normally we will use either 3-piece cans or this type of 2-piece cans. These containers, either it can be aluminum containers or tin containers, tin-free steel containers, ECCS, electrolytic chromium coated containers. So these are all the containers are mainly used in the food application. Now you can see the metal containers are used for packing of the tamarind paste. Okay, so for example, the tamarind paste, many people in the food application. Okay, so the preparation of the tamarind paste in home also very difficult. Nowadays, this tamarind paste or ginger paste, garlic paste. So these are all the things which is come like a toothpaste. Okay, so whenever you want to prepare any food items, you can use it a recommended quantity, and you can keep it in refrigerator, or you can keep it in the open atmosphere for 50 days or 1 month period. So this type of products or packing techniques are also coming in the market. The retard packaging is the another technology. So whenever you want to extend the life, 6 month or 1 year product, so these retard packaging technologies are used. Mainly if you see any tuna meat or any fish product, pineapple, rasagulla, tomato paste, okay, for any export purpose. Okay, so this type of commodity, any seasonal commodity, even if you see that jackfruit, it is a seasonal crop. So throughout the period we will not get it. So canned jackfruits are available. So in some of the countries jackfruits are not grown. So from India we are exporting many jackfruit, canned jackfruit. So this technology, which will be called retard packaging technology. So considering the temperature and the pressure and the types of pouches or containers, we can set the parameters so that can be preserve the food items. So these are all the different equipments. For example, for making, if you want to make such a canned product, so these are all the canning equipments are used. Anybody interested, if you have some 15 to 20 lakhs, so you can set up one canning industry. Even in our Ministry of Food Processing Industries, we are running this PMFME scheme, the Prime Minister micro and small scale medium entrepreneurs. So they can participate, and anybody they want to start up these food processing industries. So we have huge opportunities. Another thing you can see, aerosol packaging. Okay, for example, so like our shaving creams. Okay, it is a aerosol packaging. Our deodorants, okay, our perfumes, it is a aerosol packaging. So these aerosol packaging techniques are nowadays used in the food application also. whenever you want to prepare any milk cream, whenever you want to prepare some coconut cream or coffee foam, anything, so you no need to prepare in the kitchen. It is ready-made available in the market, okay, by using this aerosol packaging, by selecting a proper repellent, okay, so for creating gases inside the container, by selecting a proper accurators, okay, the dispenser, either you want like a foam form, you want to deliver in a mist form or powder form, okay, there are different types of accurator designs are there. So you can select any one of these method for serving your product. Even if you see Malaysia and Philippines, so that what we are drinking in Tamil Nadu or India, the tea or coffee, it is made by the cow milk, isn't it? But in Malaysia or Philippines, the coffee and the tea, sometimes you can see in the market, it is made by coconut milk or the plant milks. Nowadays, the plant milk, soya milk, okay, or groundnut milks are coming in the market. So these type of milks, it can be aerosol. They can use it for different food preparations. Another packaging material, glass packaging materials. We have this wider mouth and narrow mouth glass bottles. You can see how the Coca-Cola company in 1900 to now current 2022, how the design of the bottles are changing, how the thickness of the bottles are changing. So according to the carbonation level and a consumer survey report, so they are having different kinds of the design of the bottles. But if you see the label, okay, that Coca-Cola, the letters, how they written, it is the same. Okay, so that makes the branding value. So in such a case, this glass bottle, the industry, it can be produced by blow and blow method or wide press and blow method. Normally, the glass bottles are inert material. It will not readily react with any food items. And the melting point of the glass, if you see 1500 degree, 1300 degrees centigrade, so there will not be any chemical reactions. And you can see any pharmaceutical product or any high value commodity of food items can be packed in amber glass material, that colored glass material, because it has the UV protections. So our food items, it can change the quality by absorption of the UV rays. Okay. So in such a case, when you use this amber glasses, so you can protect the UV rays also. So this is one of the company, okay, Natuget Nectars. It is very famous company in USA. So the people will buy the juices only for this bottle, because the bottle, it has the unique design, and the label also, if you see, along with the fruit or the fruit color, the natural color, the fruit juices will be there. Okay. So here that what we can say, the preservatives levels, everything which will be in the recommended by the what we can say FDA, and the people, they are ready to buy these juices. Even if you see, when you drink the juices, when you open the lid, okay, inside the lid they will have some information. For example, a full moon is 9 times brighter than half moon. Okay, so some general knowledge, okay, real fact. Okay, so like that individually it will be printed. So when the people, when they drink such a things for reading habits, so that will also support. Nowadays you can see this, you can see in our market also this transparent bottles, carbonated beverages. Okay, that like as I told you, composite materials are coming in the market. All these things, it is not, it is taking place in a single day. Okay, it has many R&D, many design concepts, many engineers, they worked on it. Finally, the particular packaging materials are what we are using in the market. It is there are many people involved in the design and development aspect. So just I want to tell you, even you can see that edible oil, it is available in butterfly can, ergonomically designed PET bottles. Okay, because this oil will have slippery characteristic when you hold it in your hand. So here you can see it is ergonomically designed. You can hold it in your palm. Even if you see that fish oil, everything, it is available in micro encapsulation, tin containers. Okay, so all these things, even you can see nowadays, this bigger container will have a smaller lid. Okay, yeah, maybe some 5 years before you can have a threading type. Nowadays you can see any biscuits or any chocolates when you buy in the market, it is like a pry off type. Okay, like a push, you can push and you can pull. There is no threading type. So the people, they are thinking minimizing the plastics in the usages. Okay, and how we can improve the aesthetic effect and the usage. Okay, so these are all the things we can see ready to eat spout pack. Okay, the ginger paste and garlic paste, if you want, how much you want, you can use it. Again, you can close it like our toothpaste. Okay, this type of like our what we can say. The tube shapes are available. Otherwise, you can see this half kg or 250 grams. Okay, this type of thermoformed cups are used for easy delivery. And another thing you can see the Tetra Pack. Okay, so this is another technology. What are the things you are seeing in the market? Okay, the juices or whatever it may be. So the Tetra Pack minimum it has 6 layers. Okay, so aluminum, paper. Okay, polypropylene. Okay, otherwise you can see the additional layers. Okay, so all together will be joined together. So this type of juices which will support our fishermen and the army people, because these people are working in the remote area. For example, the fisherman, if you go to the sea, so he will return back to the land after 3 days or 5 days. So where he will get the energy? So this type of less weight material, packed materials, which will support these people, those who are in the remote areas. There are different filling equipments are there. All the things, the metering mechanism, filling and corking, closing, everything will have the design aspects. You can see for powder filling. Okay, for example of if you want to fill any sugar or if you want to fill any flour items. Okay, so this cup filling method or auger filling methods are used. So it is called form fill sealing machine, FFS machines. So that can be used. Different kinds of the corking machines or sealing machines are used. So each machines will have different sealing properties. You can see these box sealers. Okay, thermoformed materials can be sealed. Here you can see impulse sealer. What we are using in the bakery shop or sweet shop. This impulse sealer you can see. Induction sealing. Whenever you open any pharmaceutical product, inside you can see this type of aluminum layers is sealed. That type of sealing which will be called induction sealing. Okay, cap closures, band sealers. Okay, there are many sealing equipments are there. And another thing you can see nowadays, okay, this active intelligent packaging are coming in the market. So before opening the packet, we can understand what is the quality of the product. Okay, for example, if you buy sapota, the sapota color will be brown color. You can't, without touching, you can't say it is ripened or unripened. Okay, but this type of berry fruits or sapota fruits can be packed in a blister packaging or peanut cover, and there will be one sticker can be placed. So based on the changes in the color of the sticker, we can say the fruit is ripened or unripened. So it is an indicator. Okay, so this type of packagings are coming in the market. It is called active intelligent packaging. You can see this Coca-Cola, when it is chill, you can see the ice cube, which means it has the sufficient cooling. If it is not visible, it is in a hot condition. Milk, okay, you can see that color changes, thermochromic color changes in the lids. Okay, meat items. Okay, so this type of things are coming in the market. Another thing, anti-theft or tampering material. Okay, the packaging materials. So to avoid the adulteration, to avoid the theft in the food items, okay, this type of anti-theft closures are there. So somebody opened and somebody taken some quantity and adding something, so easily they can easily understand by using this anti-theft or tampering closures. Okay, once they open, automatically color change will come. Okay, so you can easily understand some theft has been taken. Here you can see our regular services, Zomato, they are putting a label. Okay, so some labels are appeared, we will understand something, somebody is stolen or some mistaken has been taking place. So these type of things also nowadays coming in the market. Radio frequency identification tags, RFID tags are there, that Aztec or QR code for traceability, for giving more information about the product to the consumers. Okay, this type of technologies also nowadays is coming in the packaging systems. Laser labeling, okay, to avoid the usage of paper, to avoid the usage of plastics, the labels. Okay, nowadays laser labeling techniques are there. Okay, by using high intensity of the light, directly you can print what are the design or logo or the name of the product. You directly print it. You can see some of the oil. Okay, that oil packed material, polymer material directly printed by using laser technology. Coconut, fruits. Okay, so it is packed. So the advantage is you can design any shapes. Okay, that can be printed in particular the size will not vary. Okay, in a computer you can program any labels or any stickers, so directly you can print it. So that type of technology, laser labelings are coming in the market. Nanotechnology, it is another area. So wherever you want to improve the barrier properties, wherever you want to minimize the wastages of your food items, regular delivery. So this type of nano packaging materials are used. So these nano composite materials, okay, either it can be a chitosan or silver material or gold nanoparticles. It can be added into the polymer structures to improve the barrier properties. So your product will be safe for longer period. Antimicrobial, silver coated plastic materials are there, will have antibacterial effect. Even you can see some of the ketone based material, when it is added, it has the slippery. Okay, so some plastics, when you press the batter, it will stick. Some materials will stick, but a nano composite material, there will not be any stickiness. Okay, so you will get a complete delivery of the material. So this type of things are coming in the market. So it has the technology. Another area, edible packaging material, zero wastage. Okay, so no plastics, no wood, no metal. So what are the things I am consuming? The packaging material also ready to consume. So this type of products are coming in the market. Even in our institute, we have developed the technology. The waste material, biomass material, the wood material can be converted into the plate material, which can be used for serving fruits and salads. So this is the technology which has been released in 2019. Okay, coconut wood powder converted to coconut plate. Another thing you can see in North India, after harvesting paddy, they will burn the paddy straw in the land itself. How much smoke which will be produced? Many of the acid rain, everything, the climatic changes due to this type of environmental pollution will be taking place. Now in Niptam Tanjavur, we have the setup for this sustainable packaging material. So any biomass, if you give, that can be converted into that valuable tableware packaging material. So this type of things, many researches taking place by many institutions in our country. Okay, so this sustainable packaging material. Recently, we installed this bioplastic unit in our institute. So many states, even if you see the major cities, Chennai, Delhi, or Bangalore, whatever it may be, per day we are almost wasting some 200 to 250 million tons of plastics we are throwing. So all these plastics, either it can be landfill, water fill, or it can be non-degradable. So that makes the environmental pollution. So nowadays, these bioplastics are coming in the market. It has a very good opportunities. The only thing is the cost of the packaging materials is very high when compared to conventional plastics. But many R&D is taking place, particularly in the bioplastic area. So once we improve the barrier properties, so definitely it can be used in the food applications. Now you can see the Pepsi. Okay, they launched this bio-based plastic material for the beverages and the tomato soups. Okay. Here you can see green packaging material, wax material. Okay, honeybee wax can be used as a candle. Okay, this polymer material. Okay, that what we can say that BHB, polyhydroxy acid, polyhydroxy butane. Okay, these type of materials can be coated in the water, so that can be used as a edible water balls. Okay, to minimize the plastics. These type of techniques are coming in the market. Okay, so flowering tea bags. Okay, the design, when you put the tea bags, okay, in a hot water, in front of you, you can see the flowering shapes, and you can see the tea essence can be dissolved in the hot water. So that makes the freshness, and when you drink such a different tea with the different flavors, so this type of packing techniques are coming, considering the diffusion and migration characteristics. And another thing, last one, that IoT, Internet of Things, it is also coming in the packaging line. So here we developed that e-spoilage indicator. Okay, so the indicator box, you can put it in the tracking system in a transport goods. So wherever the vehicle is going, so you can in the remote area, by access through your phone and other thing, you can easily understand what is the temperature, what is the relative humidity, what is the GPS, that location of your vehicle. Okay, what is the ethylene level, what is the carbon dioxide level, everything you can monitor. So this type of online monitoring system that will support the industry people, so to monitor the quality, to preserve the food items during the handling and transportation. So that can be there. So IoT is coming in the packaging line also. So here you can see the waste packaging materials. Okay, it can be used like innovative thinking. Okay, for the transport, even that compound wall, it is made by the PET bottles. Okay, so the wastage to minimize the plastics. So this type of the recycled, reusable also taking the market. So with that, I conclude. So I take this opportunity once again, Institution of Engineer Tanjavur chapter and the Tamil Nadu states chapters for giving this opportunity. I take the opportunity to conclude the audience. There is no limitations for learning, and there is no limitation for designing and development also. So this is one of the area very some of the things only I just taken in the slide, but there are many individual slides have many design and development stages. Okay, many opportunities to do research on this packaging line. So even if you are having any idea, or if you want to implement anything to be you want to develop, you need any technical support relevant to food packing applications, you can approach our institute also. We will also hands-on with you. We can use we can support you in the development activities. Okay, so there are many opportunities there. So with that, I thanks the organizer. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anand. Really, it is a very wonderful lecture, flooded with a lot of information for the audience to assimilate. Maybe the audience are very lucky today to hear your lecture with a lot of opportunities in the food packaging, the types of packages and the applications, and then recent developments happening in our institute. Really, I thank you very much from the institute as well as the Institution of Engineers Tanjavur local chapter as honorary secretary. Thank you very much for the wonderful lecture. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a very good lecture.
Yes, sir.
Actually, we are lack of time to go for discussion. So now I'll move on to next speaker, Dr. SINIJA. Madam, are you there in the line?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's audible also, visible. Thank you. I take the privilege to introduce one more eminent speaker of today's technical carnival of sustainable food processing technologies, Dr. V.R. SINIJA. Dr. SINIJA is currently working as professor and heading the food processing business incubation center of NIPTM Tanjavur. She has acquired her PhD and MTech from the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, in the post-harvest engineering department. And he got her BTech in from Kerala Agriculture University, Kavanu. And also she was awarded with the National Doctoral Fellowship by All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, for carrying out her research work. She has 16 years of teaching and research experience in the field of food processing. She is a member of Academic Council, Board of Studies, Board of Examinations, and she is taking part in all the academic activities throughout the country. Her research works have been published in 75 peer-reviewed journals, as 18 popular articles and 5 book chapters, and more than 75 national and international conference proceedings. And also she is having some 3 patents to her credit. And she is a life member of many organizations like APST, ISAE, IST, etc. And she is actively taking part in the publishing activities like a reviewer in the many national and international journals. And she has got 26 grants in research projects, and 3 projects are ongoing now. And she has received the prestigious Professor Jeevan Singh Sidhu Award for the 2018 from AFSTI for the teaching excellency. And she has also been received the Bharat Vikas Award by Institution of Self-Reliance Bhubaneswar for the outstanding performance in food research and incubation. And recently, this year, 2022, she has been conferred with the Dr. V. Subramanian Best Scientist Award from NIPTM Tanjavur. And as a head of the Food Process Incubation Center, she has coordinated more than 300 skill development training programs. 117 budding entrepreneurs have been successfully set up through our business incubation center through a lot of consultancy services. And she is the coordinator for the PMKVY, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and also She is the coordinator for the Prime Minister's Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises PMFME scheme from the Niptam Tanjavur side. And with this nice introduction, I invite, happy to invite Dr. V.R. SINIJA to talk on emerging techniques and future trends in food processing. Madam, already Dr. Anand has taken a lot of time due to also we have started late a little bit due to the arrival of all the participants. So you can make it as possible. You can cover our whole topic as possible. You can complete before that. Thank you very much.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'll try to brief my presentation within that allowed time. So good morning, everyone. I think Dr. Anand has covered a lot of technologies which are recently emerging also. So I will skip this introductory part and directly we will go. We all know that about Indian food processing sector. Like we are the number 1, 2, or 3 in almost all the areas, whatever segments we take, like fruits and vegetables or grains or oil seeds, dairy, marine foods, meat and poultry, whatever it is, we are there in the number 1 to 5 in the category. But if you see the India's global share in the food market, it's very, very less, especially in the case of fruits and vegetables. If you see the other countries like USA, Spain, where their production is very meager, but their processing or the global share in the market is very high. Fruits, if we consider only 1.2%, we are the number 2 in fruits. Vegetable also same thing, we are number 2, but our global share is only 1.6%. Except food grains. Food grains, we are playing a major role, like 28.2% is there, our global share. But spices also only 18%. Though we are the masters or land of spices, we can do better things in this area also. But our processed food share in the global market is only 18%. And what we process mainly, if you see, mainly we are processing the like grains only, like what we have seen, 40% grains we are processing, then all other things only in single digits, except dairy, 15% is there. And if we see the state share or the states where the processing conditions, where do we stand? Except 2 states, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, all other states are having a single digit number in the case of processing. So we can imagine the condition of our country, where we are standing in the processing sector. Still we are in the very, very nascent stage. And compared to other developed countries like Germany, where 72% they are consuming the processed as well as the semi-processed foods. 72 plus 20, that is 92% is processed products only they are consuming. Whereas if we consider in our country, still now 50% we are consuming the raw foods only. That means we need to go a lot to come to the developed countries status. So what is the problem with our food processing sector? Mainly we are in the micro food processing sector. In our country, we are the second largest base for the micro, small as well as the medium enterprises. So nearly 25 food processing enterprises are in the micro scale, which are in the unorganized sector, where they are having a lot of challenges or a lot of difficulties or shortfalls are there. Mainly the lack of productivity due to the limited skills or access to the modern technologies, and lack of branding or marketing skills, and the capital deficiencies. Deficiency in terms of the quality and safety aspects, inability to interact with the supply chain, like that lot of difficulties are there in the microprocessing sector, by which we are unable to move further like the developed countries. So in order to overcome these difficulties only, our government is also now proposing a lot of schemes like a PMFME and a PMEGP, like that lot of schemes are coming up now to promote our local products in the global market, and also to reduce the wastage as well as to promote the waste to wealth concepts. Like that, lot of entrepreneurial talents are now building up by various organizations as well as from our government sector also, to promote our Indian food processing sector. So there is a bright future for the Indian food industry. Why? Because a lot of factors are involved in this. One thing is the growing population and their huge demand for the food. Then the second one is the increase in the consumers' purchasing levels. Like an average Indian's purchasing capacity is now increasing. So depending upon that increase in the level of purchasing capacity, their lifestyles are also changing. Rapid urbanization, then employed women women, changing the family lifestyles. Most of them now prefer to go for the convenience foods, at the same time healthy food also. And we can see that in the villages also, now we are able to get the branded food items. That means there is a huge change or vast difference is now going on. So always there is a bright future for the food processing sector. Now I will come to the emerging techniques, or what is the future of Indian food processing sector. So one is superfoods. You all may be aware that various food items are now listed out as superfoods, which is having a lot of health benefits. So people would love to go for such type of foods. Nowadays, the consumers are more health conscious, so they don't bother about spending even some more money than the conventional things if we get the health benefits out of that one. So in that way, the superfoods are now coming into a more prominent way in our markets also. So some of the superfoods which are listed out here, like fermented foods, avocados, berries, then non-dairy, like plant-based milks, then green tea, coconut, hemp, chia, quinoa, millets. Millets is also now the next year already it is announced as the International Year of Millets. We all know the health benefits of the millets from the ancient times itself. So like that, lot of superfoods are now coming. And what are the various products which we can make out of these various superfoods? And one of the emerging area now people are into is the customized, personalized nutrition. Like the nutrition requirement for individuals will be varying. Like what you need, that may not be suitable for me, that may not be suitable for my kids. Like that, individuals' nutritional requirements are changing. So depending upon one person's nutritional requirement and one person's interest, like which food he or she likes best and in which form she likes best, in that way we can have our food now by this 3D or 4D printing technologies. This is nothing but we can make the food just like other printing, no? Food items also, food matrix also, we are converting it into a printable form, and then depending upon the shape which you prefer, especially kids and all, they love to have their like favorite cartoon characters, their chocolates or snacks in the shape of that cartoon characters, like a Shinjan or Superman, like that, no? So we can have that technology also, and this is not a very costly technology also, which is an affordable technology. In that you can have your required nutrition in the required level, you can accommodate into that one. That is the beauty of this 3D printing. And in our institute we have the first 3D printer in our country. And also we are now moving to the 4D printing. Some scientists are already working on that one. And not only the food items, we can also have even the packaging materials designed out of this 3D or 4D printing. And the advantage is that suppose chicken you wanted to convert in the form of a snacks, you know that in chicken fiber is not there, but in this method we can add fiber also into chicken, and we can have print a snack out of that chicken. Okay, that is the advantage. Whatever nutrient you need, you can print it in that required form. Okay. And then another emerging area is the plant-based meat as well as the milk analogs. You know, many people are now moving towards that veganism. So they wanted to have a meat-like texture or meat-like taste, but they don't want to go for that meat-based products. So the meat substitutes in the market is also now it is projected that it is going to touch 5.96 billion by this year itself, with a cumulative average growth rate of 6.6%. So what are the alternatives? Already, I think some burgers and pizzas are already into the abroad market with this plant-based meat analogs. There are a lot of sources by which we can have this plant-based meat analogs, like our cereals, proteins, then oil seeds, legumes, and some leaves also they are using for making this meat-based analogs in the lab. By the addition of suitable flavor, binders, as well as the color. The advantage is that if you consider the carbon footprinting, which causes for the growing an animal and producing this much amount of meat, when compared to that one, this plant-based meat is a greener technology which can avoid such huge carbon footprinting in the industry also. And so coming to the plant milk, same thing, like cow milk, you know, now 60% of the people, they are lactose intolerant or lactose allergic people. They cannot consume milk or cow milk or milk based products because it contains lactose. So an alternative to that one is this plant milk. Plant milk, the advantage is that it is having low fat and also high energy, high protein, and other bioactive components like various vitamins as well as the amino acids are rich in this plant-based milk. For example, millet-based milk and coconut milk. All these are contain lot of micronutrients as well as these minerals and amino acids are rich in these plant-based milks, which we can consider as an alternative to our cow milk. So lot of products also, innovative products also we can have from this plant-based milk rather than the regular products like our milk or flavored milk, milk powders. Then another innovative product which we developed our institute is the non-dairy ice creams. That is from the coconut milk as well as from the millet milk. If you see this comparison, you can see that the what the regular ice creams contains like carbohydrates, that calories as well as that minerals. You see coconut milk always it contains lot of minerals as well as major acid like lauric acid. Lauric acid is actually, it will convert into monolaurine, which is a substance which gives the immunity or the immune power to the kid when the kid consumes the mother's milk. That type of power is there for the lauric acid. So that lauric acid is there in the coconut, and when you extract the coconut milk and convert that into ice cream, that lauric acid content is coming to your ice cream also, which is lacking in the cow milk. Okay, like that many other minerals like phosphorus, potassium, selenium, all these things will be an added advantage to the plant milk ice cream or the coconut milk ice cream. Similarly, millet milk ice cream also, so you can see here the protein as well as the ash content, and then in all these ice creams we can have this omega-3 as well as omega-6 fatty acids also here from the vegetarian source itself. Okay, so that is the added advantage. Here you can see that 81% lesser fat compared to the normal ice cream and 63% lesser fat compared to the chocolate ice cream which you consume. Whereas the advantage is that whatever you consume, like 15.94 grams of tuna fish if you consume, the whatever omega-3 acid you are getting out of that, that same amount you can consume from one cone of this millet ice cream. So a lot of health benefits are there from this millet ice cream also. Then another emerging trend is like nowadays our FSSAI is also promoting low fat, low sugar and low salt products. You know, all these three items, salt, sugar as well as fat, which is creating lot of health disorders. So how to avoid that one? So for that, some of our scientists, they are working on the nano salt, which can give the same perception as our normal salt, but the quantity consumed will be 50% less than what we need. Normal salt, if we need 5 gram means in that place, this nano salt will be only with 2 gram, we can have that same perception. So the amount of salt intake in your food items, it will be less. So this is an emerging area where this nano salt is replacing the normal salt, and also instead of sugar, various sugar substitutes are there, like which is having low glycemic index values, so that even the diabetic patients can have it, like our Nira sugar crystals. Then stevia is also coming up as an alternative to the normal sugar. Okay, then the next item is the novel drying techniques, which is the futuristic area. Like you can see that freeze drying we are considering as the very best drying technique for retaining all the nutrients as well as to have the maximum quality. Export quality products, we are telling that freeze drying is the best one. Now on par with the freeze drying, we can have a very low cost technique, which is nothing but the conductive hydro drying or refractants window drying, we can call it as. Almost the similar quality products we are getting out of this very cheap technology. Okay, that is an alternative which is coming up nowadays, and also the spray freeze drying technique, which can be used for instant coffee powders, soluble coffee powders, whey protein, like that probiotic items. We can use this technique, spray freeze drying techniques. And then coming to the safety as well as the quality aspects, we are having a lot of non-destructive quality analysis technique nowadays, which is playing a major role in the inline analysis, like acoustic resonance technique, soft X-ray, machine vision systems, and that is used for analyzing the quality as well as the maturity indices, whether it is ripened or not, like that different techniques we are using. And also biosensors are now coming up very fastly for analyzing the quality of various food items. And even in our institute, we are using the X-ray diffraction technique for analyzing the quality of the baking ingredients, like some unwanted items like potassium bromate or potassium iodide, which is used in the bakery ingredients, which can be detected by this X-ray diffraction technique. This is the first time we are using X-ray diffraction for identifying such type of adulteration in the baking mixtures. And then also a lot of scientists from here, our institute, they are working on the various aspects of the grain sciences also. We are having a center of excellence in grain sciences also. So one of the technology which we developed is finding out the aging of the rice by the scientific method. This is the chemical method for finding out the aging of the rice also. And then coming to the grain science itself, the futuristic approach is that from the traditional murku or laddu sort of things to the savories, various types of savories, and also from the puffed grains to the puffed cake. You can see in the picture itself, this is actually a very good item, very good snack item made from the puffed grains. It's a rice cake only, flavored with different, like what is depending upon your preference, you can have different flavors, and it is a very good snack. So rather than giving the puffed rice as such, you can move on to this puffed cakes, which is having more consumer acceptability. So we are having this various puffing units, which will avoid the drudgery of your sand roasting and other problems, and as well as the grain flaking units, which is very easy compared to the earlier ones. And then also this GAPA rice, which is gaining more importance nowadays. Actually, this was released in the year 2004, where the United Nations Year of Rice as part of their research. This is like a low glycemic index rice, which is rich in many minerals like magnesium, as well as calcium and many vitamins. And it is good for even the diabetic person also. And with this germinated rice, we can go for the malt food, weaning food, as well as infant foods by different preparations, which will be helpful for the infants as well as the geriatric people. And also various types of malted beverages are also coming up now, even from the millets. A lot of fermented beverages are coming up nowadays, which is having different names in different countries, but it is having various health benefits also, rather than maybe fermented beverage means alcohol content, you may be thinking, but alcohol content also, it will be in the controlled level, so that we can use it as a popular drink also, like in the case of fruit wine. Fruit wine, unlike other ordinary wine, like grape wine is usually known as the wine. So fruit wine means other than grape, any fruit you can use for the production of wine, but the alcohol content in that is less than 5%, so that it can be a refreshing beverage for anybody. Even for ladies, we can take it as the refreshing beverage. That is another area which is coming up nowadays. And then another trend is now NutriBars. Instead of the breakfast, you can have one NutriBar, which will give you the sufficient energy as well as the sufficient nutrients which you require. Okay, so this NutriBar trend is also growing very fast nowadays, and we are in our institute also, we have developed various types of NutriBars from millets, pulses, as well as adding up with mahua Mahua Nutribar. Mahua is nothing but Ilipampu. In that flower, it is having various health benefits and also having some addiction also. So such type of Nutribars with high energy and a high protein as well as high fiber content we can develop, and which will serve even our kids rather than, because most of the kids, they will reluctant to take morning this porridge or kanji, whatever you give, and idli dosa, they are reluctant to take those things, though it is a healthy food. But if you give this Nutribar, they will be happy. If this Nutribar coated with chocolates, they will be very happy to have it. But at the same time, they will get all the sufficient nutrients in from single bar itself. Okay, that is an emerging area. And also the extruded foods. I mentioned earlier, if we give our kids this poha, aval or kanji or a soup mix like that, no, they will not be happy to have it. So instead, that rice or that same traditional rice or millet, once you convert it in the form of an extruded products like vermicelli, spaghetti or pasta or noodles, they will love to have it as a breakfast items. Okay. Similarly, these various types of flakes like cornflakes already available in the market, like that we can have millet flakes, even rice flakes. Our traditional varieties are having a lot of health benefits, so we can try this one. That is also an emerging market. And in all these extruded items, the advantage is that we can have various combinations of this different mixtures, like moringa is emerging as a superfood. It is very rich in proteins as well as iron. So what you can do in this traditional rice mix, you can mix with this moringa powder also, and you can make the vermicelli or noodles or pasta, so that the advantages of both millets as well as your moringa will go to the consumers. At the same time, they will love to have it rather than giving it as such rice or rice flour like that. Instead of that one, if you convert, and then moreover, when you convert it into the extruded snacks, kids will love to have it. If you give a chocolate coating or something like that, no, that will be more nutritious as well as more palatable to the mouth. Okay. And then bakery industry is always a growing industry and a consumer preferred items because of its convenience as well as its affordability by all sorts of people. Okay, if you see the various bakery items, we can have the innovations here also. Nowadays, people are allergic to gluten. So what they will try, instead of maida, we can avoid this maida and we can go for various other flours like millet flours or traditional rice flours, or a combination of this multi-grain flours like that. And we can go for the various products like cookies, even the millet cookies, functional millet cookies. You can see here, it is having a very high energy. At the same time, see the protein level, fat, as well as the fiber and ash. All these components are there in the very high quantities, which is very much required for the energy of the kids. Or so you can think of this millet cookies as an alternative to ordinary maida cookies. And a lot of clients are there with our incubation center who are successful in developing these various types of millet cookies. And also we tried with our traditional rice varieties like kavni rice cookies, as well as the pasta items from that one. Here also you can see the protein content is very, very high, as well as the fiber content is very high here. Then these are some of the gluten-free items already into the market. So we can think of these items also. And then nowadays, everybody is thinking about the waste minimization or the zero waste technique. So we are also working on that concept, and we have developed various waste to wealth items, like from the jackfruit waste, we have developed the edible snack plate as well as the ice cream cones, and along with the PepsiCo UK as well as the Siddharth starch from Pune, we have developed a product like a crisp from the potato chips waste, as well as the waste from the pulse milling industry, as well as the fruit industries. waste, we have developed these products which is already into the market, and a lot of other works are also going on in this area. Another emerging area is the non-thermal technique. You are all aware that usually we are doing the sterilization or pasteurization or retorting for killing all the microbes or the pathogenic organisms and to extend the shelf life of the products. No, by heat treatment only usually we are preferring. So nowadays, you know that because of this heat treatment, most of the heat liable vitamins or whatever bioactives we are losing from our food. So an alternative, we are going for this non-thermal technique like high pressure processing, cold plasma, pulsed electric field, supercritical fluid extraction, ultrasonic, like that. Lot of non-thermal techniques are available, and I'm proud to say that at our institute we are having all these techniques under one roof, that is Center of Excellence in Non-Thermal Processing of Foods. So a lot of work is going on in this area in our institute. And then another emerging area is the e-marketing or virtual marketing for assessing the consumer preferences. Actually, this will help the consumers to make their packets for their products, and also how to place the products in a supermarket. All these ideas we can have from this consumer interfacing. It's like a how it's a technology where you can have the actual feeling when you go into a supermarket, how you feel, same feeling you will get here. And here what it will do, the eyeball movement of your eyes will be marked by this software, so that it will track which product attracting you most or attracting the consumer most, and what is the location of that product, and what color or what type of packaging is attracting more. These type of ideas will be captured by this eyeball tracking mechanism or heat mapping, we can call it. You can see here, by which you can develop your packaging in an attractive way depending upon the consumer preference, and also you can position your product in a supermarket at a particular rack, at a particular position. And then ENOS and ETEM techniques are also now coming up to have the sensory evaluations of your product, which is doing the same activities what our nose as well as our tongue is doing. And we are having a very good school of sensory science also at our institute, which is even having the facility for tracking the facial expressions of the panelist when they consume one product. Okay, so from the facial expression also you can judge their feelings, how they like the products. That consumer preferences also can be tracked by these mechanisms. And this is another technology, like I mentioned about 3D to 4D, like that, this hydrogel to serogel technique. Like once you, after post treatment, when you do the, after the preparation, you do the pre-treatment, then you can get the shape change in this material. Like you can see from here, flat shaped one, once you fry it or once you dry it, it will become maybe star shaped one or flower shaped one. That type of shape shifting techniques are also now coming up. And coming to the grain storage technologies, lot of developments are there, especially with smart warehouses, then radio frequency based disinfection techniques, IoT based smart warehouses. Lot of activities are going on. I think we are having short of time, so I will just rush to it. And already I mentioned about the drying techniques like conductive hydro drying, RF drying, all these things. And in this electromagnetic spectrum itself, lot of activities like X-rays we are using, UVs we are using for the disinfection purpose, infrared we are using for the drying purpose, microwave also same thing, and radio frequency waves we are using for the sterilization purpose also. And then nanotechnology is having a lot of applications in the food packaging as well as the food formulations nowadays. Incorporation of this nano emulsions, nano composite, some structural materials also we can have. Similarly, nano sensors are also emerging for finding out various adulterations or various components like that. So nanotechnology is coming up as an integral part of this food technology, which is giving a lot of advantages here. And then Anand already explained about the alternatives to single-use plastics like biodegradable plastics, and also a lot of options in the packaging also. So like what I want to say is that food processing industry is like an ever-growing industry. So you can invest smartly towards a healthy world. And this business, it is the lighthouse for a healthy life and a way for a happy life. So anybody who is interested, they can invest into this food processing sector. No doubt that as long as human beings are there, this food processing sector also will be there. So thank you very much, and thank you the Institution of Engineers for giving me this opportunity. I know it's I'm going so fast because of the lack of time, but anyway, you can come to our institute at any time, and our incubation center is also there to support anybody who wanted to start up a business in food processing. So anybody who is having any doubt, they can just send us the email also. Afterwards also, no issue. And Venkat sir is already there in the chapter as the active member. So you can contact sir for any support. And NIFTM is always ready to support you in any of your food processing related ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sinija. Really, due to lack of time, you have rushed, and though it was, you have covered so many developments, recent developments of future technologies happening in the institute throughout the globe, with a lot of examples and pictures, and the audience might be enjoyed the lecture and the knowing the technologies in food processing sector. And already comments have come in the chat box. It's a wonderful presentation, and hopefully I also enjoyed your lecture from morning. We don't know how the time has gone up now from 10 to 12. So much information in food technologies, and hopefully the afternoon session also will be good for the audience. And on behalf of Institution of Engineers Tanjavur local chapter as a secretary, and on behalf of all the office bearers, chairman, former chairman, and the institute side, I thank Dr. SINIJA for giving a wonderful lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Chairman sir, you can hand over the mic. Maybe you can announce for the afternoon session break.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It's a wonderful talk from the NIFTM eminent speakers, eminent professors giving a wonderful talk today. And also in the afternoon also there will be a...
Kumar sir.
Yes, sir.
I also convey my sincere thanks to Madam Sinija and Dr. ANANDAKUMAR. They have done a very excellent and exhaustive presentation and food processing and packaging, etc. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Thank you very much for
the afternoon also there will be two eminent speakers, sir. That is also is wonderful. I'm inviting all and convey all our engineering friends to join this program, sir. Thank you. And
thank you, sir.
See you in the afternoon exactly at 2 o'clock, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all.